everyone, it's Miss Hernandez, your school librarian, and today I wanted to have a lesson over the Big 6 model. You might be wondering, what is the Big 6 model and why is Miss Hernandez taking time to talk to us about it? Well, before we really go in depth to what the Big 6 model entails, I just wanted to let you know that the reason we are doing this lesson today is because Miss Johnson and I were talking about the big research project that you have coming up for English class. And while the research project is going to be fun and interesting and you're going to learn so many great new things and teach your classmates so many great new things, we know it can sometimes be overwhelming whenever you start a research project. That's where the Big 6 model comes in. It is going to help streamline your process and make it go a lot smoother for you. The Big 6 model does meet our standards. It meets the state objective for English Language Arts and Reading 5.13.d that states that you need to make sure whenever you are doing a research project that the sources you are using, wherever you are getting your information for your research project, are credible. They are trustworthy sources. For the ISTE standard 1.3b, you also need to make sure that your sources are relevant. It might be very true information, but does it even go along with what you are researching? For the Common Core standard CCSS.ELA, literacy.ccra.w.8, this standard says that we need to find multiple sources. And when we find those sources that are relevant and are trustworthy and do go along with our research, we need to make sure we cite those sources and we give credit where credit is due. And then for the AASL standard, the 2018 AASL standard B.5.3, it says question your sources. So you need to make sure whenever you're going through and gathering your sources that you touch on what we touched on before. Is it relevant? Is it trustworthy? Have I cited it appropriately and used it in my work appropriately? So all of these things are important as we go along with the Big 6 model. So now let's talk a little bit about what is Big 6. The Big 6 model is a research process that gives you clear steps to follow, making your research simple, thoughtful, and complete. Doesn't that sound great to have a model that'll help you along the way? Now, before we get started, we're going to do a pre-assessment quiz. Don't worry, this quiz is not for a grade, and nobody else is going to see your results or your answers for the quiz other than Miss Johnson and myself. And the whole purpose of it is to make sure that we can see what you already know and what we need to teach you to help make sure that you truly understand this Big 6 model, so when you start your research project, it is a breeze. You will take this quiz by heading over to blendspace.com. So in conclusion, before we move on to that quiz, we are going to be working on the Big 6 model because it can greatly simplify and streamline your research project, and we will walk through the Big 6 model steps together. So let's go.